Calling, texting, or emailing a friend just to say hello tends to mean more than we realize. It's also kind of fucking weird and creepy if Greg randomly texts me hello. I'd be like, yo, who has your phone? Or did you fall off the wagon? Because that's fucking, are you outside my door? Hello?
Hello! Hello! Jerry!
Yeah. Uncle Leo is the only one that is allowed to hello people. If you send me a text hello and that's it, that's the whole thing, I'm fucking freaked out. Give me the rest of it. Always give me the rest of it. And also when you text me, you don't need to say hello. That's how texting works. You just text me the information. It's like a fucking dossier, okay? It's just, what do you need to tell me? That's it. Don't start with hello. That's fucking weird, okay? That's weird.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Hello and welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I'm Kane Holloway.
Welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from... Oh, I'm sorry. Have you started? No. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, guys.
To Don't Take Bullshit
from Fuckers.
Wait, have you started?
No, I'll go and then you go.
Okay. All right, you go.
Welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I'm Greg Behrendt.
I'm Greg Behrendt. And this is Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers, the show that helps you not take bullshit from fuckers. Are there fuckers in your lives? Are you having a real hard time in your dating life, or are you married to somebody who's a fucker? Are you dealing with family? What about work? How about your group of friends? Are they treating you like shit? You know, in your 20s, it's real hard to be a person in your 20s with a big group of friends because there's so much drama. Do you guys know? I go to the comedy clubs here in San Diego, and there's a lot of new comics. They're all in their early to mid 20s, and boy, they have a huge, giant group of friends, and there's always some sort of drama going on with those people in their 20s. They have it so rough. Do you guys remember what it was like in your 20s, how rough it was?
Well, you like to see, so you're wearing your big boy pants.
Yeah.
And you got big problems and everything seems really real. And you don't have any fucking money, really. And you don't have any real idea of what your life's going to be. And you don't also have any responsibilities. So you have a lot of time to put into the drama.
Oh,
like it's what fills up your time.
Dude.
Because you're not at a job, really.
Right. You're not at a job. You also think you know everything, especially when you get into the field. I work at a tattoo shop too, and there's some 20-somethings there as well. And the egos that go along in the same field where they're like, you know, there's like a lot of unnecessary, nonsensical drama that happens within the 20-somethings in the tattoo parlor. And it feels very much like the comedy community. And I just realized like, 20-somethings are a bunch of morons who just start bullshit for no reason.
It's just hard. Like everything feels huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a 20-something and life, and she's got her head screwed on pretty good, but her life can be really dramatic. I mean, she does hours on the phone with Samira sometimes, just flipping out about stuff and, you know, having freakouts about things that she did and what people think and what other people are talking about and all that stuff. And I feel for her, man. I really do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I really do feel for her. But I also remember that, like, you know, things that went on at the comedy club that, like, is that going to affect my career? And this person's fucking with my life. And, you know, everything just feels so, and there's a lot of testosterone around. And you want to fuck all the time. and that gets in the way of everything. And then you do fuck all the time, and that gets in the way of everything.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and you're in sloppy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a really tough time to. I don't know if anyone that listens to this is in their 20s.
No.
If you are and you're struggling, write us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to. We're not, because I don't want to be one of these old generation haters.
Right. Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying if you're in your 20s, you're fucked. I have nothing but empathy for you. You know, I'm just grateful not to be you. There's something very nice about being old sometimes. You're like, man, I just have no struggles with that.
Yeah, that's
it's all physical when you get old. When you're young, it's all fucking mental. When you get old, it's like, oh, my fucking shoulder.
Yeah. My bed frame is too low to the ground, and so I have to use a lot of my core, which is real sloppy right now. And so it's not like hopping out of a bed that sits pretty high. That's easy shit. You know, anybody, people in their 80s could flop out of bed with a high, but I have to like rock myself out of my bed, and then I'm too tall for the landing, so like I'm almost on my knees, and I gotta hoist myself up, and I'm making old man noises on the way up out of my bed. Like as I'm getting up, it's just like an old creaky rocking chair coming to life as I start my day. And that's what I'm worried about. So when I hear the 20-somethings go off about their thing, I get exhausted. I don't have the energy anymore for the drama. So I just sort of sit, listen. If they ask me any kind of advice, I go, yeah, I just wouldn't deal with it. Just stop talking to them. Also, this big group of friends that you have is going to shrink rapidly the older you get. And you might be able to cling on to at least one or two of them. Maybe. Every friend I have is well over 40. Every close friend I have is over 40 years old. Nobody my age I'm close with or like spend any time talking to. You know, so because people my age suck. So
all my friends are younger than me. They're all that is true. All of them, all of my friends. You have some that are close in age, like Pat.
Yeah.
But I mean, even my wife is 5 years younger than me. Yeah.
Well, if you're struggling in any relationship, mostly if you're struggling in a romantic relationship, I found a New York Times article, 6 ways to strengthen your relationship in 2023, because we know, hey, this is the year we're in. What's it like to be in a relationship in 2023? Has it really changed? You know, these gems can help you reinforce bonds with friends, family, and romantic partners. Number 1, assume people like you.
I already hate this article, but I mean, assume people like you. Do you mean the person, like, should I assume Amira likes me?
As soon as I read the first one, I was like, I don't even care what the rest of them are. I'm bringing this. I heard, as soon as I read it in my head, I heard Greg go, what?
It just, I mean, first off, I think most people work from the idea that when you meet somebody, they don't hate you.
Yeah.
You're meeting new people all the time, constantly in this job. You know, I go ship to ship. I meet it's a new crew every week and a new boat full of people. And, people are coming up and shaking my hands and taking pictures and doing all that stuff. And I'm meeting people all the time. And my assumption is that they like me. Sometimes a guy will walk past me and roll his eyes, and I'll get it. Why am I wearing a tiki at 60? But the point is, what? I don't care. I don't need everybody to like me. I only need a handful
No.
of people that I really, really want to like me.
Strengthening a relationship on the idea that you have to assume people like you. I mean, well, let me read this part first because I only read the title of this first option. Making friends in adulthood takes initiative, and it can be daunting to put yourself out there. It takes initiative as you're a kid. You ever walk up to you can see kids walk up to other kids and be like, "Hi, my name is Kevin. Would you like to play in the monkey bars?" And then you get to watch one kid go, "No," and push Kevin down to the ground. And then Kevin will remember that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Kevin took the initiative, assumed that kid liked him, and then he got shoved to the ground. Had dirt rubbed into his mouth.
Oh no.
Kevin also might be a metaphor for Kane. Remind yourself that people you meet are more apt to like you than presume, said Marisa Franco, a psychologist who studies friendship and who wrote the 2022 book Platonic, How the Science of Attachment Can Help You Make and Keep Friends. That is based on research into the liking gap. There is also a separate but related theory known as the acceptance prophecy, which says that when people assume others like them, they tend to be friendlier and more open. If you're looking to make friends, your mindset really matters, Dr. Franco said. I mean, I get the concept, but I don't think I ever walk into a scenario thinking someone's gonna like me ever. I always just then assume that our interaction that is positive when we're having it then leads to them liking me. And then when they don't like me, I'm usually pretty surprised, but I'm never like I never walk into a scenario thinking, "Oh yeah, everyone's going to like me."
I find myself, I'm deciding whether I like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
When I meet somebody, my first instinct is like, what is their vibe?
Yeah.
What are they saying to me? Am I going to like this person? Is this person, are they talking about themselves? Are they asking me questions? Are they, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out how I feel about them.
Right.
To protect myself, to see whether I want to get involved or not get involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That, yeah. And that's a good point too. You also have the option to decide whether you like somebody or not, the ball is also in your court.
Yeah.
Number 2, don't underestimate small acts of kindness.
I don't. This guy was late on his deadline. And then he just made some shit up. And it was late. And even his friends are like, yeah, I read it. Horrible article. Don't overlook small like what? Who are you that you overlook small kindnesses? Who? I don't.
Right. Yeah. A study that tasked participants with doing kind things for others found that the participants underestimated how appreciated those gestures were. I also find it weird that people are doing studies about people just doing small acts of kindness as a study of human behavior, which is what we do every day. I feel like scientists don't have anything else to do. Like they just can't cure cancer. They won't figure out how to just like eradicate the common cold. So they're like, let's just study people like, mowing the lawn and see how that how the wife reacts to the husband doing that. And like, let's just kind of like check out how people like what a small act of kindness will do to the cerebellum. Why are there studies being conducted about everyday events?
I mean, I know people struggle with friendship,
Mm-hmm.
I know people struggle with making friends and having friends and social interaction. So there's value in giving people good information. So far, nothing we've heard means anything.
No.
Acknowledge small kindnesses, like don't underestimate them. Okay, that's on my list. What do you got? What's next?
Ready? Embrace the power of casual check-in. Embrace the power of casual check-in. Calling, texting, or emailing a friend just to say hello tends to mean more than we realize. It's also kind of fucking weird and creepy if Greg randomly texts me hello. I'd be like, yo, who has your phone? Or did you fall off the wagon? Because that's fucking, are you outside my door? Hello?
Hello. Hello, Jerry.
Yeah. Uncle Leo is the only one that is allowed to hello people. If you send me a text hello and that's it, that's the whole thing, I'm fucking freaked out. Give me the rest of it. Always give me the rest of it. And also when you text me, you don't need to say hello. That's how texting works. You just text me the information. It's like a fucking dossier, okay? It's just, what do you need to tell me? That's it. Don't start with hello. That's fucking weird, okay? That's weird. I don't want to read the rest of 3 because that's weird. I hated the start of it.
That's fair. Go ahead.
Number 4, turn toward your partner throughout the day. John and Julie Gottman, who are married psychologists, have spent decades studying what makes marriage tick. And in their 2022 book, The Love Prescription, 7 Days to More Intimacy, Connection, and Joy, they argue that much of it boils down to turning toward your spouse as the way Batman does in the Batmobile because he can't turn his neck. So it's just, you just turn your whole body. As the Gottmans who co-founded the Gottman Institute point out, partners make repeated bids for each other's attention throughout the day. In response to the other partner can react in several different ways. Ignore the outreach by turning away. Respond negatively by turning against them. Or acknowledge the bid positively with something as simple as a nod or a touch turning towards them.
I mean, if this is information you need, your relationship is fucked. If someone has to say to you, be kind to your partner, and you're like, wow, wait a minute. Turn towards them. Oh, shit. That makes so much sense because I've been really negative. I've been turning away from them.
I've been telling them to fuck off, and then I turn my back to them.
Oh, brother.
I know. All right, moving on. Number 5, acknowledge the normal marital hatred. 2. Terrence Real, a family therapist and author of the 2022 book, Us, Getting Past You and Me to Build a More Loving Relationship, believes that
I hate self-help so much.
It's bad.
I want to start out, and I've been writing about this because I am so conflicted about it, because I genuinely think that in my time as a self-help person, I definitely feel like I've helped people. I feel like there are things that I've done that have been helpful, but only so much is helpful.
Yes.
And then a lot of it is just it's just stuff like this where you're like, I don't even have to think about it. I'm not going to remember a thing on this list.
Mm-mm.
And this is a terrible list.
Have you watched the show Love and Death with
yes,
Scarlet Witch?
I watched the other one with
Jessica Biel?
Candy with Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
And I would give it my full endorsement if she wasn't an anti-vaxxer.
Yes. When in the show, I didn't watch the Hulu Jessica Biel one, but in the HBO one, I'm sure it chronicles the same thing. But the Alan the guy who's having the affair with Candy, decides that, like, because he's been having an affair with Candy, he turns his wife down, who it tries to initiate sex like in the middle of the night, which, like, I feel for Alan in this time, because it's like, even if he didn't spend the whole day fucking and you just got like woken up randomly, like a dude in his mid 30s, almost 40s gets woken up in the middle of the night to fuck. It's just like, oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we don't. I'm fucking tired, bro. But the wife takes it so personally that Alan takes her to this marriage retreat that's in this hotel. And in the hotel, they have this guy who teaches you how to better communicate. But there's so many hoops involved. They have to write in journals, and then they have to trade the journals. And before they trade the journals, they have to kiss and acknowledge each other that they're there. And then they read out loud their wants and their needs and their feelings, which which is all very valuable. Then they give them these homework that they have to do. So they essentially have to take the journal home and then continue the process of this marriage retreat thing at home, so they don't lose the connection. But like every other marriage, and like anything for anybody, when you eventually get home to your thing, to your comfort and your regular schedule, the thing that was probably deteriorating your marriage in the first place, it's hard to like keep that. It's hard to want to keep doing the homework, you know? So like the retreat, as good of an idea as it is, and this list, as well-intentioned as it might possibly be, it's like, this is also just relationships and communication are a common practice, but there's no trickery involved, really. There is no 6 ways to strengthen your relationship. It's all nonsense. It's just a basic understanding of what your partner wants, and then communicating what you want, so you just both understand each other. If you lose connection, or you lose communication, you lose connection, you lose each other, and then bang, that's the end of the thing.
Yes. And the best thing that you can do for any relationship is to have a life of your own that is fulfilling.
Yeah.
And when you are living a life that is fulfilling, and you are fulfilled, and you feel like a good person, you genuinely behave like a good person, and the other person has a life that's fulfilling, and then they behave like a good person, and you both are going along living lives. But when you're expecting things from other people, I mean, the other part of the love and death thing is that, what's his name? Ron?
Alan?
Alan's wife is a bummer.
Oh, she's the worst. I get why he cheated on
her. I mean, to suddenly have to want to fuck her after how she's been, like, there's nothing about, like, they have no sexual chemistry at all.
No.
To begin with. You know, it's understandable why he's having sex with Candy. I'm not saying cheating is the right thing to do. It's the wrong thing to do, but you understand it.
Yes. I'm also very surprised, just through watching the show, that Alan didn't immediately fall in love with Candy and break it off with his family. Like, he's stuck by the rules that they set up at the beginning, which is sort of, I have some odd respect for it, because you're like, this is what Candy's giving you is what essentially he needs, and he's spitting in the face of it because of his religious beliefs connected to the woman that he married. And even though he's being hypocritical and unfaithful in the process, when it's getting too complicated and Candy's falling for him, he bows out and decides to go back to his wife, which that blew my mind, because if I was in Alan's shoes and I did what Alan did, I would have left my wife so fast. So fast. I would have started a new life with Candy immediately.
Yeah. And also Candy is the Scarlet Witch.
And she's the Scarlet Witch. And Elizabeth Olsen is so beautiful. Just so beautiful.
And she's a fucking great actress.
Oh my God, she's so good. She's good in everything.
Yeah, she really is like just has just miles of game. She's just incredible.
Yeah. I guess just to round this out, cultivate Freudenfreud. Unlike Schadenfreude, when we take pleasure in others' misfortune, Freudenfreud describes the bliss we feel when someone else succeeds. And that's the sixth and final way to strengthen your relationship. And also, if you're attacked by your lover's wife in her house with an axe, try not to hack her to pieces.
Yeah.
That's number 7. Don't hack your ex-lover's wife to pieces in the laundry room.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree, and it says, "Hang in there, baby," or "Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right?" So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this mean? The inspirational quote segment of the show with the most beautiful song ever written in the history of man. And I'm talking to 2 musicians. How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Nancy sent one to our Instagram, DTBFF podcast on Instagram, which you should be following. Before I get to her meme, she sent a little message that says, for the memes portion of the show, she sent her meme, but she says, by the way, I'm a huge fan. I started listening during COVID while I was single. I'm now in a happy relationship, and my boyfriend cracks up at the show too. I listen while in the shower, and it continues when it's his turn. I always look forward to the episodes. I hope to one day see y'all live at a comedy show. Come to San Antonio, Texas. Nancy sent that. And her meme is, how do you sleep at night knowing people don't like you? With the fan on.
That was pretty good. I didn't expect that. It took a second for me. I felt like I was at a comedy club listening to a comedian.
It was pretty good.
It's a pretty good joke.
Good.
At night with the fan on.
With the fan on, which I'm starting to have to do. It's getting hot. And I haven't been working out as excessively as I do. And I'm not ready for summer yet. It's really, I hate it. And I live so close to the beach. I don't want to be the guy with his shirt on at the beach. So there's going to be a little more sweaty Kane running around these streets. Because I live in a hot place. There's hot people. I have a hot girlfriend. I can't be the only not hot person out in these streets. So that's my goal, to be the hot one of the hot people. Alan Brand sent one. He says, this was on a dating profile I came across today, and I've never been so irrationally mad about something as I was this toxic bullshit. And it says, when you're the right man, being a woman is easy. Your feminine energy just flows naturally. Have you ever been with a man and you could just be a woman? You could be soft, no hard defenses, no masculine energy needed because he has it. You can just be a woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I know. That was on, oddly enough, that was on Pat.
Finally, somebody says what I've been thinking for so long. It's just been on my mind, and it's just about women knowing their place around a man.
Come on, man.
And feeling comfortable in that place when I am doing my man thing, which is me bringing it 24/7 with just great fucking male energy that you know what I mean? Just winning, because I'm winning all the time.
It's true. That was actually a blurb from Pat's Tinder profile before he got with his girlfriend.
Oh no.
That's incredible.
She could just be a woman, right, Pat? Oh,
No.
I got one. If all else fails, you're still good looking, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah. That is the most important thing.
And then I got another one, and then you got to guess where this is from. I love threesomes. I love foursomes, fivesomes, multiple girls. There's no way that like some dorky guy can fuck a girl as good as I can fuck a girl. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. I'm going to dick your girl down, and like, that's it.
Jamie Kennedy.
Dude, so both of those quotes were from F-Boy Island, from two F-Boys.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah, I wonder, I was going to say Andrew Tate, but I wonder how good F-Boy Island is going to be on television.
I know.
On regular television.
I know.
I mean, part of the charm was that it could be graphic.
Right.
I mean, it'll still be a great show, and I still think Nikki's great, but I worry that it's not on Hulu or, the CW of all places. I mean, don't they just make the Green Lantern? Isn't that where those shows are?
Oh yeah,
Arrow
Green Arrow. So families can sit down and watch the last season of The Flash. I think Green Arrow is over, right? So it would be like all of the DC guys, they get together, maybe a rerun of the Gilmore Girls, and then F-Boy Island. We can all get together and watch a bunch of shirtless, hunky men try and seduce and manipulate three insanely beautiful women. And
yeah, I mean, the strength of that show, as of any of the good ones, is that the casting for the first two seasons was great. The women that they got both times, the three women were really interesting, bizarre, women. They were great women. And then they just, finding douchebags is not hard. You could just go down to San Diego with a net, just throw it out and drag it in, and you'd have your cast.
Oh, let me tell you something, my friend. I'm constantly running into douchebags. They're everywhere here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time to watch hot, dumb guys fail.
Yeah.
When women are just completely disgusted and thrown off by them. Yeah. What's also strange is a lot of the dumpy, dopey comedy friends of mine seem to clean up pretty well. Like the fuck boys out in this town, strangely, are like sixes. They're just a bunch of dopes, just out of shape dopes. and they're old, and they also don't give a fuck, and they don't even want to fuck half the time. They just like the idea of getting a girl's number, and they're like, I'm going home to my cat. I'm eating a burrito.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I had.
I have one, and I know how this is going to go over. I'll tell you who it's from first. This is Charles Darwin.
Oh, cool.
A person who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life.
Huh?
Right? Dipshit. A person who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. One of the greatest things in life is wasting time.
Also, he wasted his.
I woke up this morning. Because the time changes and all that shit. Sometimes I woke up at 5, and I couldn't go back to bed. So I watched. I'd already started it, but couldn't get through. I had to turn it off. I watched the rest of that Chris Evans. Ghosted. Yeah.
Ghosted?
Yeah. It's just dreadful.
It's bad.
It's the action is great. The action sequences are really good. It's a terrible script. And I just think they all assumed they were funny enough. Everybody thought they were clever enough. They could pull it off. And it's just terrible. And I watched it. I wasted my time. And I was happy as a pig in shit. I didn't care that it wasn't good. I didn't care that I wasn't going to get anything from it. I was going to get no value. No lessons were learned. I didn't improve.
Yes.
I just existed.
Right.
In a moment that I'll never think of again.
Yes.
That is meaningless to my family. That is just nothing. And I have lots of those all the time.
Yes. Yeah. Also, Charles Darwin dedicated his life to his idea about evolution. And there are still people still believe in God and that the earth is flat. So who really wasted their time, Chuck? Okay? You didn't fucking do shit, in my opinion. And I agree with him. But still, at the same time, who doesn't like wasting an hour? You know, and what's a waste of time? I mean, really, what's a waste of time? Like, what is this a waste of time creating this show? Are we wasting our time, Charles? Would Charles be looking down on us in heaven? All of a sudden, you guys find out I'm a huge Jesus freak. What do you have, Pat?
Let's see here. I've pulled a few quotes. They're all from the same source. It's an Instagram profile called Joyful Small Things. And yes, it's spelled in the cute SMOL small way. Yeah. This one's a little long. You haven't met all your best friends. You haven't made your favorite memories. You haven't sung your favorite song. Some of your best days are ahead of you.
Oh, that made me feel small.
I mean, here's the thing. I think at a certain age, you're like, no, I have done all those things. I don't know that I'm gonna make another best friend.
No,
not really into it. I mean, if it happens, I guess it happens. But
yeah. Plus, a best friend is a lot of work, and I'm here wasting hours of my life, which I guess I could spend with my best friend. But then we would just waste our time. The amount of I've had several best friends. The amount of shit we didn't accomplish together. Best friends are a hindrance an absolute hindrance to your overall success, whatever that might look like. Best friends just want to smoke weed and watch South Park, as far as my best friends are concerned.
Yeah.
So, also, who is that for, really? Is that for like somebody who's like 7?
Mhm.
You haven't made your best friend yet? You haven't tried candy yet? Like, some of your best days are ahead of you. Yeah, I'm a young buck. I don't feel anything hearing that.
Yeah.
I feel nothing.
Well, here's another one from Joyful Small Things. I hope you heal from things no one ever apologized for.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a nice. I mean, that's a nice thought.
that is. It is. That one's not as dumb as the last one. That one is a little more that hits you in your heart, really. Because I hope that for people. You're not always going to get an apology.
Yeah, that is fair. I'm also not looking for them though. Really.
True. That's true.
Well, I think these have gotten increasingly better. We can wrap it up with this one. I kind of agree with this. Not all problems are yours to solve.
Yes. Yeah, that goes to everyone I mentioned at the start of the show. If you're in your 20s, unless it's directly your problem, it's not your problem to solve.
Yes.
Other people's problems are not your problem.
One of the things that I notice that happens in most of the dating shows that we watch, have 20-somethings on them. And there's nothing a 20-something person loves to do more than to get into somebody else's business.
Yeah.
And tell somebody else they know they're fucking up. Because they've been watching.
Exactly.
Should we say something? And the answer to that is always no. But what they always do is that's why they're so fascinating on television, is that they will just go fuck shit up.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Because then a fight will inevitably break out. Like, how is this any of your business? And it's like, how is it not my business? It's like, because it didn't involve you. And then you see this whole big thing. Now they have a problem and they're all fucking mad at each other when it didn't need to happen at all.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's great. It's just so great. So you're right. Hey, it's segment 3. Segment 3 energy. High. We're all high as shit. A real loud whistle on the start of shit there. Just so everyone is aware before we get started, I just want everyone to know, hey, we got bonus episodes up on our Patreon. They're a lot of fun. Pat and I did just the two of us. Greg talks about F1 racing, just the two of them, and then the three of us get together and eat candy into the microphone.
Yeah, it's great. It's broadcasting at its finest. It's so clever.
Yeah,
it's like NPR clever.
It is.
It's like an NPR podcast.
But it's strange. We have more people joining the Patreon every day, and it's really cool. Really cool to see. We're gonna have more bonus episodes coming out, Reddit remixes, movie reviews when we all get to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's all coming your way. And
I'm gonna steal a trick from a podcast that I like, an F1 podcast. They do this. Go to Apple and write a review and give us 5 stars.
Yes.
And we will read your 5-star review. If you give us a 5-star review, we'll read it. We'll read the best one of the week.
Yes.
And so go there to iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Give us 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Write a review about the show. It can be funny. Give us 5 stars and write a mean one. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. Also, let's start a Yelp for the show. Go write a Yelp review. So let's get a Yelp going of the show as if it were a restaurant.
And pretend it's a restaurant. And talk about how shitty the service is. And how your scallops were dry.
Yes. And all 3 of the owners of the restaurant had resting bitch face. So go out there, Yelp it up, patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. You can put it in the comments section on our videos too. Go to the comments section and write a review. We'll read it. We'll read the comment section on Patreon. And then they go live on my YouTube channel. So get on it. Now over on our Discord, which you should also be on. More people joining the Discord every day as well. Discord is DTBFF podcast also. We're DTBFF podcast on everything. And Alan Brand sent one is this Kane's dad? Is Kane's dad Marty Jannetty? And Marty Jannetty posted something that says, looks like a Facebook post that says, and not for nothing, but last night I was given an ultimatum from one of my ladies I actually want to keep. Won't mention the name because then that chicken head fighting starts. But she said that she'd go against her standards. If I cut my girls down to just 3, she'll stick around. I actually thought about it, which ones to cut loose, then realized, hell nah. I didn't ask her to cut back. It's a help to me that she has 2 other guys. So I said, wherever you're leaving to, do you need a ride? LOL. She hung up and hasn't called back yet. LOL. She'll be back. Guaranteed. All caps. As Kurt Hennig, a.k.a. Mr. Perfect, used to say, no brags, just facts. LOL. Loves and misses you, Kurt. R.I.P. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, I don't know who any of those people are.
What the fuck was that?
And I see Pat cutting that out of the show.
Yeah.
No offense to the lovely the Alan Brand.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know who Marty Jannetty is. Who is that?
I don't know what Marty Jannetty is. I don't know who Kurt Hennig is. Apparently, he's dead. Probably for good reason. Probably killed by one of his many ladies. Yeah, look, no, that's not my dad. Also, my dad's unhinged, but he wouldn't write shit like that on Facebook. What my dad likes to do is post pictures of himself in the hospital and then a quote that says, I don't want to talk about it. And then he gets everyone's sympathy going, what happened? What happened? What happened? And he's like, what I tell you? I don't want to talk about it. He's just such a little baby. But my dad is oddly he had a lot of women in his life, but oddly a relationship guy. You know, he'd start a relationship with somebody that he probably shouldn't have been in a relationship with. And then he'd break up with her and he'd bring in a new girl. And then everyone was his girlfriend. He's like, this is my new girlfriend. He introduced me to so many new girlfriends before he got remarried. And then when they got divorced, he had so many new girlfriends. But my dad does talk like that. He does think lesser of women. So, but that's not my dad. So cool. I hope that cleared it up. Got a Reddit remix. Our neighbor's son, who's 19, told my 43-year-old husband and 42-year-old wife. Oh, excuse me. Let me try that again. Our neighbor's son, who's 19, told my wife that she is in love with her and clearly offered us a polyamorous relationship. The wife is 42. and the husband is 43. Hello, everybody. He starts it with hello. Already off to a bad start. This is a throwaway since I just could not post this with my original account. I'll try to explain this situation briefly because I'm kind of still shocked. Me and my wife are both successful architects and run. What does that have to do with anything? Is it George? Just any reason to shoehorn it. He's an architect. What does that have to do with fucking anything?
We're successful architects. Well, they have money. They're not trash. They're letting you know they're not trash.
I guess so. I just would have left it off. I don't understand. You know what they say, that first million is the hardest one.
Yeah.
I'll try to. Okay, let's see. We are wealthy. That's spot on, Greg. We are wealthy, have positive and great lives, also kids, which I feel like should have been first.
Yeah, architect first.
I just like don't give a fuck about their kids. Also, we got kids. Okay, we have these neighbors with whom we have a relationship since around 6 to 7 years, and we have always had a nice relationship. They have a son who is 19 years old. When he started college, his father asked me to give him a job as an intern in my company as he is studying architecture, obviously. Since I knew him, I accepted this and gave him a job. Meanwhile, we both started having a personal relationship with this guy apart from his family. This was, of course, normal because he was working at my company. Also, we have never been that intimate. He sometimes came by for a drink, and we just talked about life, his future plans, and everything. He has never done anything wrong until yesterday. Never. For an architect, this guy is terrible writing. He has always been well-mannered, presentable, good-looking, respectful, and normal. Yesterday, he texted my wife and said, in short, that he has very strong feelings for her and asked if we both would be interested in some kind of relationship or not. My wife told me about this, and I called him, asked him if he was drunk or high. He said that he was not drunk or high. He meant every single word he wrote and that he finds us so attractive as a couple. And there's nothing wrong with that. I told him I am going to tell his family about this and hung up. What a rat.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell your dad.
He's not under. He's of age.
Yeah.
He likes him.
Yeah. He wants to bang the both of you. Sounds like. He texted again telling me he is serious and has had these feelings since the beginning. Well, we did not respond and have not talked to him since then. What is the best thing to do? Should I go to his family?
No.
No.
You say, this is not even a letter. Just one fucking email back. Hey, man, not interested.
Yeah. I'm good. And I'm going to recommend you to a different architect firm or whatever.
Yeah.
However that works.
Yeah. It probably will be difficult to go to work going forward.
Yeah.
So consider your internship up.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then that kid's going to go, fuck you both. I'm going to be a city planner. I'm going to go, why build one building when I can build a whole city? He has a nice C average right in the meaty part of the curve.
Is he smart? He knows how to read.
He knows how to read.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Well, that's it. Good luck to all of you. Oh, well, what do you guys think? You think that the husband and wife should reconsider having a tawdry relationship with a 19-year-old college intern with a affinity for architecture? Maybe he switches up and decides to become a marine biologist. You know, we don't know with this kid. We don't know what's going to happen with him. We hope the best of luck going forward. If you would like to submit any relationship problems, or if you've ever been approached to have a polyamorous relationship and would like to know what to do, hit up the show, dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. Send your memes to DTBF Podcast on Instagram, as well as our Discord, DTBFF Podcast. And you can follow me at Kane Holloway.
It's ckers.
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat.
You can also call into that show. You can call into our show and that show, but you can call into the show. You can call into the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.
Good one. That'll cut into something nice.
Oh, good.
Let's go through titles real quick before that. I'm just grateful not to be you. Old man noises on the way up. People my age suck. I don't need everybody to like me. Scientists don't have anything else to do. Don't start with hello. If this is information you need, your relationship is fucked. I hate self-help so much. This is a terrible list. Maybe we don't. It's all nonsense. Bringing it 24/7. Finding douchebags isn't hard. One of the greatest things in life is wasting time. A best friend is a lot of work, or broadcasting at its finest.